6,000 acres out here, and about 50 miles of trails.
It's awesome.
And I think they're limited by the number of miles. So if they want to build, say, another mile, they got to lose a mile somewhere.
Yeah, when I got on the county road, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. We are way out there in no man's land.
Yeah, this is pretty unincorporated Hillsborough County. They do night rides here more often than anywhere else. So they'll start like at 6:30.
Yeah.
7, and then come back. It'll be dark by, it'll get dark halfway through the ride when you hit his line.
There was an urban ride somewhere yesterday, but it was basically down south like here. I was like, there's no way I'm going to go back home and then all the way back down here. Plus, I'm riding this, and then I'm doing the other ride tonight.
Oh, that's right.
Critical Mass. I was like, I don't need to ride like last night and then twice today. Also knowing I'm doing Diane.
That Critical Mass is a roadie thing, right?
Yeah. I'm going to bring this bike. Just in case there is some urban stuff, I'm just going to ride on stairs.
Oh, yeah. I like that color.
Oh, this is sweet. And I'm selling my my Trek gravel bike to get a Giant gravel bike. I was like, I just want to be back on Team Giant.
Yeah, I just sold my hardtail for $800. Last weekend? On Monday. It's just a lot to have two top bikes,
Yeah. They all need to be different.
Yeah.
They make an all-wheel drive mountain bike. I forget what the company is called too, but it's like $7,000.
Yeah. Whew. Must be for like fastest climb.
Yeah, they make all-wheel drive fat bikes as well. They're 27.5. They make hardtails, full suspension.
This is not the real deal. Out is different. I think they just created that little area to differentiate entry and exit. Come out here in the weekend, you'll see like runners.
Okay.
Yeah. Then they come out here, get their miles in.
I do not like running. I hate running.
I don't mind it. It's just, it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like booze. It's the first thing to get cut.
Mm-hmm.
When things get busy, you're like, oh, not running.
I think the Army has made me hate running too.
Yeah, the military has a way of making
You hate everything, actually.
things come forward. Yeah. I mean, jumping out of planes would be normally fun if you didn't have to be there at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
for a noon jump.
Twice. Show up once just to make sure you're still alive, and then show up again and basically do the same exact thing.
I will say though, I spent most of my career avoiding PT.
Yep.
Group PT. The Air Force really doesn't do, unit PT. Kind of on your own.
That is why I'm so stoked to be in this unit. Just fucking show up to work. You do PT or not.
Yeah. Well, then I get out of the military, I'm like, ooh, CrossFit, let me pay for this.
Yep.
I'm like, wait a minute. I just got good at avoiding group PT here.
Paying to do it.
Running 5Ks. Well, like you said, it's because somebody was not telling you to do it,
What I thought was strange is like, how is it at the Captain's Career Course, if I score a 270 or above on the PT test, I don't have to show up every day? Yet at CGSC, when I thought I'm a real adult, like I'm forced to show up every day. I was like, it seemed kind of counterintuitive as a junior company grade.
Right.
Like as a junior, I was like, it seemed real counterintuitive that they would micromanage like that.
Yeah. hiking trails on the other side of them in this area called the quads. And they're kind of like what you can see at Wild, that park by your house.
Oh, okay, Flatwoods.
Flatwood, it's kind of that.
So it was Jay Starkey, I think, is what we did the night ride at.
Oh yeah, Starkey Ranch.
That was a good one.
That is fun. Yeah, it's flat. I mean, that's what these greens are. So we'll empty through here. We'll empty through here, but basically, there's one there. There's one here. All the greens are two-way.
Okay.
You can keep on going down this dirt road, and it kind of leads it to some, like, you could skip these greens if you don't want to, like, dodge trees and stuff. But those guys just come through here and get some miles in. You know, warm up if you have somebody new, not biking. But all these leaves are the blues.
I think this is probably better because it seems like it's open 24/7 or whatever, whereas the other one, I think they had a gate.
Yeah, so technically this accounting works closed at sunset, sunrise.
Yeah.
And we'll follow the trail with blue. You can keep on going down that way and do the whole loop. This year, but they didn't publicize it very well, but it's a biathlon. So you run a 5K, then you jump on your bike, and then you do like 9 or 11 miles of Starkey.
Yeah.
It's all mapped out. Then you get back to the corral, drop your bike, and then you run at 1.5.
Jeez.
Kind of cool.
Your gun, or they provide the guns?
What's that?
They provide the guns or your own gun?
What?
Oh, I thought you said biathlon.
Oh no, it's a run, bike, run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like 35 bucks. It's fun. You know, get people more familiar with those trails out there. Oh no, it's on a duathlon.
I don't, and I was thinking about, like, you know, I'll have to rent them because I don't want to have to store all that stuff at my house.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a kayak until you figure out, oh, how am I going to store this thing?
Yeah. I have a inflatable paddleboard and an electric pump.
Are those good on, like, with the chop?
You know, you're not going to win any races on them.
Yeah.
but they're stable. I mean, mine's probably 5 years old, and I just roll it up, you know, put it in the back of my car, on both my bike of it. On the back. You can go from Mexico. It really doesn't have a lot of waves, you know. All right, so that was one of the quads, doing green trails. And then we'll move on to the blues. And they're all flowy. A little bit more elevation.
Okay.
No chance to use your dropper post?
I don't have mine yet, so I ordered. It's on order.
Yeah.
And it hasn't come in yet, so I got to go back up there and get it at some point.
So here's a good couple of days here. More topography than a green screen. Phosphate lines in the 70s, and the 80s they just started with the hiking and mountain hiking. Lock this has a steep climb at the end. It's fun. Comes that climb around this turn right here. Area. If you're going that speed, you probably don't even need to pedal. There we go. All right. How's entry level blue?
That's pretty good.
Those are short. You know, get people's confidence up. So then we'll go to spider berm, which is a little bit longer, but more of the same. What you just did. has a black little option. You'll see it's called Chaos. And if you're comfortable, we'll take a look at it first. But I'll go up this little ridge, and what it'll be is it's just a little dip, like down a wooden bridge, and you kind of loop back into the trail. It's like 30 seconds long, but it's kind of fun. Comfortable with it. There's this little thing right here, and then you see where it bleeds you out.
Okay.
Back
Yeah.
onto the trail. So it goes there. There's like a little cross switchback, and you come down this wooden bridge back out here. You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right.
It would have been better if I'd been clipped in. It was like one foot was just right, and I was like, well.
It really doesn't like that for the rest of the trail.
Are these two-way or one-way?
The blues are all two-way, or one-way.
Okay.
Yeah. For the most part, it's just the blues that are, I'm sorry, it'll tell you, but the greens you can pretty much assume that one way. They get the speed up here. It's flat. red pelican up here, little yard gnome, and that just means sharp rain.
Come in hot, you could, looks like somebody can end up in the water if they come around too hot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it happens all the time.
Oh yeah. There's a popular stopping place for the shade here.
This is much better than Flatwoods.
Yeah.
Flatwoods is real boring.
Yeah. Yeah, but you get your miles in though.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Spider Berm. Pretty cool, fun trail.
There we go.
Now, it continues on that way. We'll hit Gator Pit, which is like 30 seconds, but it's fun. Climb at the end. And then Golf Cart, which is like the flowy, fun, like you could just, you'll love it. Everybody loves a golf cart because it's just racy. You know, it's like Wildwood without the roots and the rocks. Just, I mean, but yeah, everybody you'll see on a Saturday or Sunday, everybody's gonna be just here because of this tree is shaded. So we'll go that way. I'll take a break in front of Gator Pit. Take a look at it. starts right there and ends coming this way. Real fun. You do it 2 ways. If you think flatwoods was boring, this will be a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was also hot. It was open. It was like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, yeah, flatwoods will. So after a rainstorm, you don't want to be caught in there. So I'm going to roll it. Some guys, you'll see some guys come in full throttle.
It's coming hot.
Oh yeah, just to kind of jump it. Because you want to get some speed, and you have to dodge those 2 trees. So it takes some getting used to.
Yeah, that's fun. I love little jumps like that too.
Yeah.
Especially getting more comfortable catching air.
Yeah. Once you get your drama post, it'll feel different too, you know? But people session that a lot. You know, they video each other. So if you see, if you ever go through and you see somebody's bikes parked like ours were, you know there's a good chance somebody's on the trail taking pictures.
Got to get the good pics for Strava.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you didn't count.
I mean, I don't know what the record is for that. 20 seconds maybe. 20 seconds and then you come out of Gator Pit. And then you can, that's the entrance of the golf cart.
To the left or the right or both?
Well, you're coming into Gator Pit.
Oh, okay.
So when you're coming back here, you just go there. There's a little bit of a climb, but I'll let you lead on golf carts. You'll like it a lot. There's no safety hazards or anything.
Yep. Yeah, I saw an orange flash flying through the woods. I was like, I wonder where he went. What's that?
Did you do canyon?
No, so I just went on a golf cart and then I stopped there. But as I was in the woods, I saw the orange flash go. I was like, I obviously missed a turn.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you didn't. You were fine.
It was good. That was a fun one.
It's so fun to get there and, you know, actually, canyon. I just did canyon. It's kind of cool too. It ends right here. I'll show you where it starts. We have a cool feature called Mount Boyette. It's a rock garden feature if you want to do it. Okay, let's go back down to. We'll go back down to the end of the golf cart. And I'll let you do the canyon and I'll wait for you here. Canyon kind of tracks along this double track.
Okay. And he just keeps going?
No. If you don't do that, rock garden, then you kind of come through this, you take the right, and this is the real beginning of canyon. And that'll spit you out to where we just were.
All right.
You want to do that? Yeah. It's fun.
Nope, missed the turn.
Oh, you missed the turn?
Yep.
Oh, no, you're good. We'll do that little drop.
Yeah. All right. That was good.
Up the golf cart, that's a nice little, more technical.
I like having to kick out and then dab and then come back in.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like when I first got this bike, I had the flats on there and I was just, God, I hate this.
Yeah.
And I switched out in the parking lot.
It takes some getting used to, doesn't it? And even if you ever lost them, you'd be probably like, but you have clips for
the gravel bike, and then for the road bike, and so I was just so used to it.
Yeah.
And then I started going on the flats on the mountain bike. I was like, I am working like way harder than I needed to be, literally, especially in the sand.
Yeah.
And after switching over, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I may try to find something that are like flat on one side and then the SPD on the other side.
Ooh, yeah, I'm sure they make
Shimano, I think, makes them, but
yeah.
I don't mind.
So there's this one's really fun. It's called North Abyss. There's like, you know, you get some like lung testing climbs.
Yeah.
Not lung busting climbs. Lung busting is ridge line. But no real drops. Nothing you haven't seen.
Yeah.
But definitely like more elevation. And then, so that's how you enter North Abyss. There's another one that's around the corner we'll take a look at. This is the climb out. This little rock garden is the climb out of Big Drop. That's a fun one too. It's real short. I'll show you what it looks like.
Yeah, this is what I'm here for, like action sports. I'm not a fan of like...
So that's Big Drop right there.
Oh, wow.
Right? So you basically come around, you drop in there, down the pavers, take this right, and you go out the rock garden, and you end up in there. I'll show you different entry points. It's fun. It looks more intimidating. It's pretty fun because you get to the top of that. If you don't use your brakes, the momentum will carry you to the top of that little ridge right there.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of loops around and ends right over there, the rock garden. But you would never believe, you know, this part of, like when you drove here, you're like, this doesn't exist.
Like, this is flat.
Yeah. You're like, this is not gonna.
And this is actually what I prefer more than like actual, like in Virginia.
Yeah.
Like I think trail more specifically. Everyone's like, oh, there's no mountains. I'm like, dude, it's I like trail riding. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to mountain bike.
Right. This is, I mean, yeah,
Like
we have
XC,
mountain bikes.
yeah.
We call it mountain bikes. But the Northerners in the wintertime, this place is packed.
Oh, I bet.
Alafaya packed. Lakeland packed. Just because it's 12 months of riding.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. Like it's not, you're not going up 3 miles, you know, to come down.
Like you did in North Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, that's a type of biking. I'm glad, you know, I think I'd have a different hobby if I lived up there.
Like even in Virginia, like the trails that I would gravitate toward would be like fast, well, like the ones that we went on,
Yeah.
and less so like the steep technical ones,
Yeah.
rock gardens.
Yeah. So Big Drop's fun. You know, if you like getting air, you could probably get air at the top of the little ridge there.
Does this have any man-made like wooden features other than those bridges?
No, not here. I think the county prevents a lot of that. So the state park has a little bit more, like quasi berm.
Yeah.
You've probably seen pictures of a big berm that kind of twists like an S.
Yeah, that was one of the like the cover photos for one of the
Yeah.
events, I think.
Yeah, that's 5 miles. That's Alafaya. That's more technical than here. But this has more like miles. Alafaya, the state park, it's a little bit more convenient in the sense that, and this is the top of this, climb out, a little bit of a rock garden. That's a fun trail. That starts over here. Alafaya, like, it's centered around the parking lot. So no matter where you go, you will always end up back at the, you know, concession stand and the bathrooms and your car. We're here, you know, you didn't bring it, once you get
You're
back
not
to your
gonna
car,
have
you're done. You're not gonna come back out of the trail. This has more exposure to the swamp than Alpine. Gator, deer, otter, all of it. Adjacent to here, and his cattle busted loose. And for like a few weeks, there was this random cattle
On the trails.
on these trails. Yeah, like on this trail. You know, it took him a while to find them, and then work with the county, get them back, in a truck, back on the property.
Yeah, this is the first day I've worn this helmet. I was wearing a full face helmet. I was like, God, this, especially down here, I was like, man, this sucks.
It's gonna be hot. Yeah.
This is way too hot for that. I like how it protects the head, but it's just, I couldn't drink really.
Yeah.
It's just hot.
You almost have to have like a squirt bottle.
Yep.
We'll go down. This is pandemonium to sidewinder. Pandemonium has hard and easy. You'll see the signs, but it all bleeds into sidewinder. You can see how it gets down way over there.
Yeah. Let us through here. So this is sidewinder. And this is more of the same as sidewinder. A lot of exposure on the right hand side.
track to this double track over here.
I'll tell you, when they close it like for real for the season, which usually happens about 4th of July, they don't reopen it until like Halloween.
So we just came in through here. Sidewinder continues.
How back
That way?
So like
This is the end of the bridge line right here.
August, and I just went past the fence. There was trees everywhere, branches everywhere, and just to teach me a lesson, I was going down one of the big ones, and I kicked up a stick with my front tire, and it literally knocked off my whole
3.5 miles from the parking lot.
So when it's like closed for the season, I don't do it.
There's a way that you can take a double track or two straight here from the parking lot. So if you ever wanted to do ridgeline, which starts over there somewhere, you want fresh legs, relatively fresh legs, you can.
So I guess you've done Alphi also?
Yeah, I think I'm going next.
Should be nice today.
Yeah. Hopefully it's still quiet by the time I get there.
Yeah, it's a work day for most people.
That's true. That's true. I go sometimes like Monday evenings and it's like a ghost town. It's
Yeah.
nice. Nice and quiet. Well, last time I did, someone was getting it on in the bathroom.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, loud as hell too. I was with my 13-year-old son. He looks at me, and I'm like, "Yeah." He gives me a high five. I'm like, "What the?" That was slightly awkward. Man.
Have a good time at the park. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah. That's somebody who has two overprotective parents. I get an idea.
Yeah.
Now work with me here. Work with me.
It's cool at your sunrise. It's good.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, he likes it.
Have you guys ever done any of the Fat Tire festivals?
No.
I did the one in Alafaya. It's fun. I mean, it's not the same since COVID. They're not that big because it's hard to get the vendors, and but frankly, the vendors like Commensal or whoever, they don't need to sell a bike.
No.
Think about it. Why?
Yeah.
Like I got sales good. Like I don't need to set up a 10x10 tent in Florida in summer.
Exactly. Sales are not an issue for quite some.
The one up in Ocala is really good.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever tried it? Like your son, he will like it. Because what they have there is, not only do they have like a 50-mile loop, which isn't that bad, because they actually have stations where people give you food like every 10 miles.
Pickle juice and stuff. Yeah.
But there's this place called the Vortex, and usually like on Saturday afternoon, everyone just gathers, and all these like Red Bull type guys are getting like fucking like 50 feet of air. It's crazy to watch because they have this really good jumping section. To me, that's like my favorite Fat Tire Festival.
Yeah.
This is my home turf, but I like going up there. It's a lot of fun.
It's huge. I did the Epic 50.
Oh, you did? Yeah, it's cool, right?
I didn't look at my bike for another week after that. I was like, we're done. We're good. The cool part is that you go over the
the highway.
You go over 75. That land bridge. Like
That's cool.
There's no cars. It's just for.
Yeah.
I think they built it for animals.
Yeah, it's like that.
The
Yeah.
animals don't follow the sign to go over this land bridge, so they just opened it up to hikers and bikers. So you take a picture up there and stuff. But there were some stretches that were just lonely though.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah, you just man, you're like, wait for the next. And they had what are they, Oreos? And,
Yeah, Oreos. and-
Oreos, banana, and a dollop of peanut butter on top, and you sit there just.
When is that going on?
Usually it's like March.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just passed it. So it's usually around March time.
They had camping. I camped out there.
That's nice.
And they had a lot of music. They had bands.
Yeah. Well, I gotta get to work, guys. I usually sneak out on a Friday or Monday. Weekends are too crowded here.
I make it before my
The Sidewinder goes a little bit like we just did. Just keep on going. And it's fun.
Take care.
There's a not too far. I don't know, maybe a tenth of a mile in, there's like a 3-part climb at the you know.
Which one? You mean on
the Sidewinder, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just paver. You go up to the top, you're like, oh, and then you get to there's like 2 more sections to climb.
Just so you guys know, I don't ride this when it's wet, but I rode it today because I knew it wasn't wet and it's not wet.
No, yeah.
So.
You're talking about Sidewinder.
No, I'm talking about this one.
Oh, Ridgeline? You did Ridgeline?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's probably closed because it's overgrown.
No, it's closed because it was open on like Monday, and then it rained I guess on Tuesday or Wednesday, and they closed it. But there are trees down, and if you do it, there are some branches down. But I always forget the name. That big drop, they put a chain there and a stick. Don't go past the chain and the stick because there's a big tree down on it.
Okay.
But the conditions itself, you know, the reason they close it is because they get off. Back in the day when we were building it, some of them are very muddy, and you can go sliding. Do you guys ride here a lot? Oh yeah, so you know, so you can go sliding right off of it.
Yeah.
But it's bone fucking dry. It's great. It's good conditions today. So just watch out for the down trees, and you should be all right.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
You want to lead on the Sidewinder up the climb?
Sure.
How you doing on time?
Let's see what time it is.
Because Sidewinder, after the climb, it'll put you back out on that corner right there. You know, if you wanted to get back, because it'll take you.
That I think will work. Yeah, do that, and then we'll go to the other thing and then to the cars.
Yeah. I mean, this will end in the. You'll see the climb to the left.
Okay.
And then we'll basically, we can either continue down Sidewinder, or just come back this way, go back to the car.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you're gonna get your leg workout today.
Yeah, we had what did we have yesterday? We had assault bike. So it was like 20 cal on the assault bike. Then it was 100 foot like farmer's carry with 2 times 70s down and back, and then you hit 80 double unders. Then you did 100 more feet with the kettlebells, and then you ended with like 20 cals on the rower. And so it was like 5-6 minute segments. So how much rest you get is up to you.
Yeah.
And there were people that were like they were like running right up to the, so they were basically just doing it like repetitively with no rest. I was like, dude, you're in a bad place right now.
Yeah. You gotta pace yourself on this. And even the 20 cals on the assault bike, like, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I get 12. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was a bit much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. This one, all right.
There you go.
And this trail?
Yeah. Well, if you want to head back to the car, we'll take a left. And we'll just
On this same road?
yeah, kind of. We'll see the signs. We could probably hit one more green on the way back.
Oh, absolutely.
Father's Day weekend's the weekend after. So I think you'd like it.
I think that what I need to start doing is doing races and events too, because like doing an event, like going out and riding like this is fun,
Yeah.
but like actual having competitions to see like how you,
Track and stack.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think is also good.
Yeah, especially, I mean, it usually starts in reality, it starts in fall. I think the one in Gainesville is like the last one. Because July and August is just hot.
That's why I think I'm going to start doing like CrossFit competition. I was like, what am I even doing? Like, it's, you know, it's nice to work out every day. It's fun.
Yeah.
But like, now what? Because I used to do a lot of 5Ks, 10Ks.
Yeah.
I did Tough Mudder, all the obstacle course races, and those were fun because it's competitive. Even though like I'm not trying to podium, I'm just trying to, you know, see how the fitness is like transferred to something different.
Right. Yeah, mountain biking, I don't know. I think mountain biking might be how all your other exercise manifests itself.
Yes.
And I don't think this is not gonna make you a better runner. You know.
I have noticed cycling has definitely improved my cardio a lot for like the CrossFit style workouts. I generally try to do Peloton like every night, a couple times a week. Cycle on the weekends here. I didn't know Bacino does Peloton. We talked about that yesterday.
He looks to be in good shape.
Wait, I love the Peloton. It's like, oh, it's for girls. I was like, you realize there's like a lot of people on there, and it's a good.
Yeah,
it's no different than a trainer, really.
Right. You get your favorite coaches and whatnot. No, I think they probably catered to women
Oh yeah, for
initially.
sure.
Oh, shit. Kind of like yoga, you know. Once you do it, you're like, holy crap.
Like, this is really fucking hard. This is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a girl's sport or whatever.
Yeah, this is not less of anything.
It's like you need flexibility. Like even for this. Like if you got to hop off your bike and you don't have mobility, like you're gonna tear
for sure.
something.
Surprised we didn't see more wildlife today.
It sounded like Matt mountain bikes as well.
No, he did once. Did once when he was visiting his family.
Oh,
Vermont. He got on a bike. He's a sailor.
okay.
So he sails. I mean, that was his passion. So, he's got kids. One has special needs,
Yeah.
so it's hard for him to bust out now.
Because he came by and he chatted about mountain bikes. I was like you cycle too? I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, he hasn't been out in Florida for sure, I know that. I'm talking about getting an e-bike just for the city.
Oh, there's a. I'm sure you've ridden one.
I haven't, but
Oh,
he has to tell one of his kids.
I had a mountain bike, a Giant.
Yeah.
In fact, before I had this, and it was fun, but it was heavy.
Yeah, it's like 50-something pounds.
Yeah, it was just.
Yeah, this is
too much.
30-something. It is heavy. You feel it toward the end.
And it actually made climbing harder in some cases because it just put so much power to the ground.
Yeah.
Like I would always just spin out, and like I learned I had to use the gears differently, like on the e-bike. Is yours a 27.5 or is it a mixed wheel?
29.
Okay. What do you like better, 29 or 27?
Yeah, 29. They just roll easier. You know, 27.5 is kind of like driving stick.
Yeah.
It's fun a little bit. Take a right down meadow. Yeah, go straight.
Oh, okay.
It's real short. might get somebody flying down.
I felt that the 27.5 was a lot.
You want to take a right here? Oh, I'm sorry, left. Climb out.
I felt the 27.5 was a lot more like flickable.
Yeah.
I have to work harder on this bike.
Definitely got toasty.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're both great, but if I could get a 27.5 again,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted, but they just didn't have it. I was like, you know what? This will be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Florida. Well, I'm asking if you guys ever rode Santos. Oh, yeah. And he's wearing a
Yeah.
Santos jersey.
I like Santos.
I guess that's a yes. You want to go follow him?
All right.
Oh, short.
All right.
Where are you gonna get your dropper post installed?
Santos, same place I bought this.
Yeah.
Because I need to go up there anyways and take my Trek up there, so I because I did a trade in on it, and then they got to find a revolt, a giant revolt,
Okay.
and then just do the trade. I like it because, like, if I were to go to like REI or somewhere and get it installed, I don't necessarily have a reason to go ride. But if I'm going up to Santos, I can literally take off from the parking lot, and then I'm go. So I just make it like, especially if I'm going to drive like an hour and a half, I might as well go ride.
Yeah.
If I'm already up there.
Yeah. Have you been on those trails yet?
At Santos?
Yeah.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah. There's one called John Brown. It's two-way, and for some reason, one way is less fun than the other. It's really techy. I like probably my favorite up there.
Yeah, this place is much closer than Santos, and this is, I think, is probably the most fun.
Yeah.
Flat Rock is definitely the
Oh,
bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Starkey was cool.
Yeah. Starkey's
Especially
off
at
the
night.
hall. 56 or 54, whatever it takes.
Oh yeah, it was like Newport Richie.
Yeah, it's pretty
that was a hike. Yeah, I enjoy like cross country quite a bit. So I only started like mountain biking or whatever during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and so I'm very, very new.
Yeah, same here. I started 2 years ago. Almost exactly.
During the great bike crisis of 2020.
Yeah. I waited 9 months for this thing. I ordered it. And it was supposed to be in March. A year ago, March. And March came and nothing. I called up. I'm like, where's my bike at? They're like, oh, we don't know. Is it stuck on that ship in the Suez?
Yeah, right.
We don't know. Alright. It's like the walk of shame when you have an injury or a flat tire or something and you gotta do this. so often you'll see them.
Like over there?
Yeah.